Hi, I'm Dr. Alision O'Brien-Moren, and I'm a naturopathic doctor at PhysioMed Young and Bloor. So today I'd like to talk to you about the 5 vegetables that I would recommend at the top of the hit list for health and wellness. The first vegetable is beet or beetroot. And beets were known in ancient times as a medicinal food. Nowadays we know that they are fabulous at helping to reduce inflammation, they help to reduce blood pressure, and they help to lower cholesterol. The ingredient that's in beets that really helps is something called betulin, and betulin is reduced by cooking time. So the longer you cook your beets, the more you reduce this betulin in them. When I have patients doing a detox, I always include beets as one of the top ingredients when I give them a recipe for juicing. Something else that's in beets to be aware of is something called oxalates. Oxalates bind to calcium and they form an insoluble complex. Now, for most of us, that's not a problem for healthy people. But if you have a history of kidney stones, if you know kidney stones run in the family, you might want to reduce the amount of beets you have or even eliminate them. The second food I'd like to talk about is leeks. And leeks are in the same category as onions and garlic, and a lot of people know the medicinal properties of those. This is a little bit overlooked, so I'm going to put a bit of a spotlight on it today. So leeks have something in them called allicin, and allicin is nature's natural antibiotic. It's a great source of antioxidants as well, and so it helps to prevent oxidation in the cardiovascular system. And that means it helps to prevent the buildup of plaque on your arteries. Something to be aware of, though, with leeks is that because of that antibiotic property or that antimicrobial property, it can interfere with how well the probiotics that you might take are working. An easy way to incorporate leeks into your diet is just to have them in soups, stir fries, or even just sautéed on their own with a little bit of seasoning. Okay. The next thing that I would like to talk about are onions, and I did mention earlier that they are in the same category as leeks and garlic. So we know they have antimicrobial properties of allicin that's great. The other thing, though, is that onions have something called quercetin in them, a particular flavonoid, and quercetin is a really potent anti-inflammatory. So it's great for anybody with arthritis. The other thing to know about these are that these 2 foods are at the top of the list of foods that help to inhibit cancer cell growth in lung, brain, colon, and breast cancer. So they're excellent things to add to your diet. Having said that, as is true with everything, there can still be contraindications for some people. So if you have an ulcer, you do have to be careful of having this, especially if you're having it raw, because it can irritate the ulcer. The 4th and 5th things on the list are sea vegetables that I'm going to talk to you about. So vegetables that you get from land absorb a lot of minerals from the soil. Vegetables that you have from the sea absorb a lot of minerals from the water. Nori is the first one, and nori has a lot of iodine in it. It has B12, vitamin A, a lot of minerals. It's easy to incorporate in your diet if you like sushi. Because the other things you can do with it, though, is you can actually just crumble it like this, just shredding it and having it on top of rice. That's the way that it's traditionally had in Japan. And you can even just take a sheet of nori and cut it as if it was paper and have a little snack like this. Something to be aware of with nori, though, and most of the sea vegetables, is they can be high in iodine. So if you have a problem with your thyroid, check with your health practitioner. The other thing is that because it is a sponge of the sea and absorbs all the minerals, it also absorbs all the toxic elements in the sea. So it's really important when you buy seaweed to make sure you're buying organic, and that way you can be sure it's a clean source. The last vegetable we're going to talk about is aramay. And aramay has many similar properties to nori, but I wanted to introduce you to something new. Aramay is also high in iodine, it has calcium, it has B12, it has a lot of different minerals in it. One of the differences is that with aramay, you do have to cook it beforehand. This is what it looks like, and you basically just simmer it on the stove for about half an hour, and it will come out looking like noodles. You can have it on its own with a little bit of seasoning, or you can add it to salads or to soups. Again, it does have the same contraindications as nori, so be careful if you have a thyroid problem. And both of these things, if you're pregnant or giving it to kids, do it in moderation. So today we've talked about beets, leeks, onions, nori, and aramay. That concludes our chat for today. Thanks for watching and have a healthy day.